This is Rhonda with Rhonda's Crafty Chaos. Today I've got these cute little prints I got off of Teemu, and they're a canvas type material, and they come rolled up, and I think they're only $2 or $3 a piece. They are so stinking cute. This is a cute little ballerina duck that I'll do later, but I want to do him today, and I just wanted to show you how they come. And I just cut this one down just a little bit. It was both this size, and they come in different sizes, like 8.5 by 11 and that, but this is the size that I wanted for this surface that I've got. So this is what we're going to put it on, and this is just an old fall surface I had that has outlived its love. And so I thought I'm going to redo it and make it so I love it again. And we're just going to have to paint just the outside of this frame. I can get any paint on my... It's lower than I thought it was. Let me get a little dish to put it in. There we go. And this paint gets so thick. Just wet my brush down just a bit, just to get it to start flowing. I'm just going to paint just the outsides of this frame, because we don't have to paint the inside because it's all going to be covered. And then I want to put some stencils and that on the side of it and chippy the paint up, make it look chippy. And I'll show you what I'm going to use for it. Get it one good coat. I'm sure we're going to have to do a couple on it. How is the weather where you guys are? It's so beautiful out today. I'm having a hard time staying in the house and cleaning my craft room. I want to get out there and start spring cleaning the yard and that, but I need to get this room done. It's so depressing coming in here if it's not picked up, and if you can't find anything. Once I get it done, I will walk you guys through it. It's nothing special, nothing really like some of the ladies. Everything matches and everything looks like a magazine, not mine, but that's okay with me. As long as I can find stuff and the stuff's picked up and put in its place, that makes me happy. I don't have to have matchy-matchy and all that. All right. One good coat. We'll hurry and dry it. I'm gonna, in the next little while, I've got so many thrift store stuff I want to repurpose. And so we're gonna do a lot of thrift store flips. And this was one of them I got for $1 at the thrift store. So you can't buy the wood or a frame, even at the Dollar Tree, this big for $1. So I'm just going to start thrifting them and start putting them together. And then what I really would like to do is start donating some of them to a care center here in town. I think that would be fun. I think the residents there would love it. And I have a friend there that works there. So I'm going to put it in her hands to give it to one of the residents that really could use a pick-me-up. And I may not do something this big. I may just do it on like a dollar store type surface. Like repurpose a sign. So that's my goal, is to try to get a few things done. She has said there's some people there that just really don't ever get any visitors or anybody, you know, anything. So I think that would be really fun to take 10 or 15 little things down, and I know she would put it in the right hands. She knows the little people there. She's been there a while. So I'm confident that she will make sure who really needs one will get it. Side, why aren't you drying? I'm going to start and put another coat on. I'm drying this side. This side's taking a minute to dry the paint. Probably because I keep sticking my finger in it and having to touch it up. I'd imagine that's probably it. On this, we're going to make a cute little bow to go on it, and do a couple fun little things. I've been inspired by a cute little lady on the other channel, on the FB channel. She has got the cutest stinking ideas, and so I've really watched her stuff and just absolutely love everything she does. Her name on that is Create Place. It's just the two words, and I even believe they're right together. So it's Create Place, and her name is Nicole, and she is just seriously the cutest little lady. And so if you guys get a chance, buzz on over there and look at her stuff. I've shared a bunch of her videos on my page there, and so if you forget the name, just go on there and you'll find her profile right there. But she's got the cutest ideas, and she does a lot of mixed to medium, which I am really getting into, and she's getting into, she's calling it, as I'm trying to find me a paper towel here, her art journal. And so I got me an art journal coming. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. So we're going to start doing some art or junk journaling, some art junk journaling. So I think that will be fun. A lot of us have just spare stuff. A lot of us have scrapbooked. And so I think this is going to be a fun way to use up some of that scrapbooking stuff that we have. And junk journaling is the new thing. Everybody's loving it, and I've loved it. I've never tried it, but I've got so many things pinned on my Pinterest page, and so I thought it's about time I start doing some of that. So I used to sell scrapbooking supplies. I was a independent consultant for close to my heart. Now they're out of business, so darn it. But I've got so much stuff from them, and then other creators, and I'll go to market and that and find stuff too. So I've got so much scrapbooking stuff. Unbelievable. I need to get using it. And I need to get back into scrapbooking again. So there you go. We're gonna just start using what we have. That's my new goal for the year. Try not to buy anymore because my room can't handle it. And I've got a huge craft room, but it cannot handle any more stuff. Just as I think I'm getting done. The sides. Get a little more. Okay. All right, how I want to put this on, I think, is just with some Mod Podge. So I think we're just gonna put down some glue and glue it on. I hope I have better luck with this glue than I did last time. Last time it wanted to separate on me and kind of go yucky. So I put water in it, just a titch, and it seems to have helped it. I just use regular school glue, and usually I don't put nothing in it, no water or nothing, because I get it at the dollar store, so it's kind of thin already. And so we're just, if I would have, let's see, maybe if I would have remembered, she was showing us yesterday how she is starting to put paint down, this Nicole on Create Place, with a credit card. She just takes it and smooths it out, and I was going to try it with this Mod Podge stuff, glue. But I think we're going to be okay. I think I've hit it all. Okay. Set that aside, get our cute little quacky duck. Oh, I was going to show you guys how I got this side, or got this pretty dang close to fitting in here without much trimming. And I'll show you here in just a second. A little bit of glue coming up there. It'll just come right off. There. What I took is some painter's tape. I'll just grab the tape that I was using. And I stuck it on top like this. And this is just, this frame will work, but I think it will work with a lot of frames. And I just took it and made sure this lined up perfectly. I stuck the piece of painter's tape there, and I made sure it was even here. And then I just took it and really went, I don't want to do it on this one, but really with my fingernail went around it and made sure it was tight, you know, like this, and then really went around it and got a crease in it. And then you just take it upside down like this, and you can cut it. And it worked really, really well. I only had to trim just a couple of little tiny places. And so that worked really well. Okay. A little bubble right there. We're going to have to move to the outside. Still full of bubble. Try to pick it up. With this being a canvas, it's not going to rip or tear. really push it down. Make sure all the bubbles are out. There. There's another bugger. All right, get it all smoothed down. A little bit of glue pieces coming up through, but they just brush right off. Okay. Yeah, it's nice and smooth there. Okay. That is so cute. This is going in my living room. I can't wait. I think it's the cutest little quacky duck. All right, so that's what we got. Let me get that, putting the lid back on. Okay. Just gonna take some browns, just brown random paint. Let me find another one that. Oh, this is gonna be too dark. Yeah, that's gonna be too dark. These sound really wet. I'm just gonna take a little bit of paint on my thing and then just kind of go over so it looks chippy, and we'll go over it with a couple of different I don't know what to put that into. Give me this. Woo, that's probably way too much. I'll put a little back in. Not that paint's expensive, but I just live in a little town that I have to drive 35 miles away just to get paint. So to save a little bit would not be a bad idea. What have you guys heard about Joann's? I heard that they're not, some of them are not going out of business. Now I heard all of them are. We have one in our little town, and or in the other town, like 35 minutes away, and it's kind of nice to be able to get stuff. This looks like a hot mess, and it doesn't look very good, but we're going to put some lighter color over it, and then also we're going to go back over it with the white and kind of go back and forth, and then that makes it look like a chippy, like it's chipping off. Put a little bit down in here. And this is called Trust the Process, because it's looking pretty ghetto-ish right now. Hopefully, we'll make it look better. That's my goal, anyway. It's a little darker than I probably should have used. But we're gonna make it work. Okay. So we got that color. Now we're gonna get it dry, so we can go back over it with this lighter brown. Put the lid on that and shake it. I'm not coordinated to shake and to do the dryer at the same time. If I shake it, my hand wants to, the other one wants to shake too. I've never been very coordinated. I had hearing problems when I was younger, and I stumbled a lot. And so my dad would call me Stumblebutt, and I think it's went into my adulthood. That same name, same story. Thought I lost my little palette knife. Definitely gonna have to trust the process right now. It's looking pretty scary. Okay. All right, let's get some of this color on. That's still looking pretty scary. Hopefully trust the process. I'm kind of guessing, second guessing myself right now. On the colors I've used. It'll make it work. Woo. Too much right there. You just don't use a whole lot of paint when you're doing this. If you're doing it, do lighter colors. I think that's we're gonna have to use quite a bit of white to tone this brown down and this kind of khaki color down. All right, it's looking pretty scary. But, all right. Okay, let's set that aside. Dry it up some more. The colors are good for the duck. It's just looking pretty scary. Colors I'm using is a classic camel and burnt umber. I think. No, this is called, yeah, burnt umber. Wow, it'll take a minute to dry. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this junk journaling idea. And I'm going to do kind of junk journaling on boxes. This is the box, one of the boxes I chose. It was just a cigar box. I'm going to do some really fun junk journaling type stuff on it. And then I have another, an old card filing box I really am excited to use. So I think this will all be fun. I think the art journal is going to be fun. And the art journal is what you would do some of these techniques on, like this one we're doing here, and practice on it on paper, and get it kind of perfected, and then put it on your projects. And I love using mixed media on stuff that's like flowers and ribbons and lace and little, what are these called? Like little rhinestone jewelries that you get at the thrift store, and buttons and metal pieces and all kinds of fun stuff. There's so many fun things you can do with mixed media. Okay. Oh, let's hope for the best on this next color. Hope it tones everything down. I'm going to put this white paint down here. I'm going to be able to get to it easier if it's on this thing. All right, come on. I think that's, see how I just want just a little bit of the paint peeking out, not a whole heck of a lot, but just enough so you can tell that there's two different colors of paint and some texture. I want the chippy looking texture of this. I was even second guessing myself on it because it was looking hot mess. But I really am liking how that's looking. Doesn't that look old and chippy and worn, and take a lot more white than what I had left. This is just the ivory from Waverly. The look you're going for, or I'm going for right now, is to make it look like it's been outside for 15 years, getting rained and snowed on and everything. So that's really chippy, old, crusty. And after this, we'll dirty it up a little bit with some wax to really make it look worn. See how cute that's looking? I'm loving it. Edge. This edge, what a hot mess it looks like. All right, let's get it looking better. This frame already had some pits in it and chip marks, and so it wasn't in the best of condition, which was even better. That's what you want. inside looking prettier. Show you something in just a second when I can bring it up. See how this kind of looks lighter and darker and thicker in some places? That's a cool look. Once it dries, it really looks chippy and old right there. So last side. Ooh. That fell out of my hand. Uh-oh. Paint a little low. Just wiped right off that canvas. It's so nice. What you guys thinking so far? Looking pretty dang cute, huh? Outer edge. Okay. Sit here and mess with it for the next 20 minutes. And oops, I missed one spot up there. Okay, this is how it's looking. Look at that. Doesn't that look old and chippy? Show you this side. Big old piece of brown, old and chippy. Okay, we're gonna get some water, or some heat on here. Get it dried. Well, if you guys are interested, start gathering your stuff up, and we're going to use some of those books, like the little kids, the toddlers have, those big thick board books. So if you have any of them that you can use, grab them too, because we're going to use them and make some junk journals with them. I'm going to use some golden books, some cute little golden books I have. I'm going to use some of them. And just a bunch of fun stuff. I'm trying to think of some different stuff that you guys can start picking up. Any kind of your buttons or your, sorry, I had to fix that spot right there. Buttons, jewels, old jewelry, pieces of lace, even fabric. I'm going to use fabric and burlap, and I'm going to have me a junk journal like bin that I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in that I want to use up, stickers and all that. And then when I do a project, I want to pick out of that bin and do like, okay, I'm going to pick 10 things out of here that I'm going to incorporate in my project. And some of them might be random stuff, or some of them, you know, I might pick on purpose. But I think it'd be fun to like dip your hand in there and just pick like 10 random things and then make something fun with it. Some of this paint's a little thicker in places, so it's going to take just a little bit more to dry it. We could get it mostly dry, and then we'll make a bow while it's finishing drying. I want to use some of this dark wax from Amy Howard. I got it on Amazon. Put it up just like this for just a second, but you guys can see the chippiness on the bottom. And make sure the inside is getting dry. I'm going to do some stenciling, I think, on the outside of it with this stencil. Open it up. We'll get it on so it can start drying while we get our bow made. Okay. This is just the one-time lightweight spackling. It doesn't take a whole lot. We're not going to do a whole bunch of, I just want to put a little bit of textury stuff on here. So like these squares I thought would be cool. I'm just going to put them randomly. You're not going to see it really well right now, but when we go to antique it, you'll see it a lot better. We might even catch one of these little swirly things up here in it. Get it off the sides. And we're just putting them just here and there and everywhere. And so I'm going to go up on this corner, and we're going to go down. Probably all the way. Whoops. Get back in there. Okay. That corner. Get all the extra off the sides. And we're going to go around the corner on this one too. Sure don't take very much of the spackling to do just a little raised edge on this. Okay. Off the side, I'll have to get it washed up. Just put the lid on that. All these little extra pieces. Okay. All right, we'll set this off to the side. I don't know if you guys can even see any of that yet, but once we put the wax on it, you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to set that up there. Get my Little easy bow maker out. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Okay, just gonna do a bunch of this. Oh, this, when you rip it, it just strings up so bad, but makes the coolest bows. Start with this much right here. I'm going to put this darker down. I'm going to make a little tail, not a long one, but just a little shorter type. And see, this is not going to be long enough. It's just going to be a little short tail, but that's fine. Because on this side, we'll make the longer tail. And I'm just going to make it about the width of this. Just really kind of depends on what you want going on with your bow, how long you want it. A lot of these were fat quarters, so they're not super long, but they work just fine. They work fabulous. And I had a whole lot of fat quarters, so I just used them. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a lighter one. This was a little bit bigger piece, so there we go. We'll trim all this up and make it all. This one is actually a piece of fabric that had pumpkins on it, but you can't tell once it's on. If you're in your bow, you really can't tell. That's the only piece I got out. Gotta have one more, please. Oh, this one's a big old long one. Okay, well, we'll just use part of it. Well, clip it right here, and then I'm just going to use it just for the string. Put this one in. That's one of those little shorties, so we're going to put the other side like that. Get some brown in there. This is just stuff I picked up at yard sales and thrift stores and all over. I don't have one particular place I get stuff. I just get it everywhere. Okay. Some of these strings. Okay. I'll put another one of these in. I like to use a lot of different fabrics. It just makes it so cute. See, and then this piece I'll just put like that. And do one loop on each side. We'll take another short one. Like that. That evens it out. Brown. Get all the strings off it. I just remembered I didn't put a tie thing underneath it. I'll have to show you what I do when I mess up like that. When we get to the end, just gonna loop, and then just that little piece I'll throw in there. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna slip this up carefully, put it in my hand, put that back through like that. Maybe. Let's hope and pray, huh? Okay. It's a big long piece, but I'm just gonna use a short piece on it. Like that. And take these two little tails from my tie. I don't know which ones. There it is. Go back and tie it. Again back here. And then you can just use that as part of the ribbon. The little tie. Okay, well here's our front. Here's our cute little bow, and you just fluff it out. Pull them up, and it turns out pretty dang cute. Trim a couple of the longer pieces down. Like that. And we'll put it on our cute little thing. How cute this is going to look off to the side like that. It'll be super cute. We'll put a cute little button in there. Let's get this, make sure this is good and dry. If the spackling is not dry, it will start coming up. Excuse me. Sorry, this gun is so loud. Okay, I think it's dry enough. We can start using our wax. It's just a dark wax. And see how that just popped right out? Get you up closer. That just pops right on out. I want to do the corners and the edge. Sorry, a little tickle in my throat. Just going to really dirty up the corners. That's where I want it the dirtiest. That's usually where you get the most dirt, is on the corners. Throughout the middle, I'll just kind of barely go over it. This just kind of packs it in there and just, I don't know why I use that, but I just started doing it and I guess I can't stop. So this corner, I'm going to really get it good and dirty. I just love that chippy paint. Just looks like it's just old and rugged. The inside, this is where our bow's going, so I just like to make sure it's all done. Here's our chippiness again, or our stenciling. love how it just, that brings it out. Pretty dark right there. That's all right. This corner getting grunged up. Inside and the outside. Oh, grungy. Yummy and grungy. Do the inside here, and then I'm gonna bring it up and really show you guys. See how fun the edges are. You know, that old grungy paint. Oops, right there on that corner. It's funny how you can see something in the camera that you can't see when you're just looking at it. Old grungy looking paint. I told you guys to trust the process because it was looking pretty bad. Look at how that, I just love it. Just absolutely love it. All right. Okay. Little duckling. Let's clean your little wax off, yeah. The frame of it is kind of, or the outside of it. See, this looks like it's, or it's just part of the picture. Whoops. I knocked some of the spackling off right there, so I'm just gonna hit it with some wax. Oh, man, I had that lid on crooked and didn't want to come off. Okay, we're gonna get this little bow put on, and we'll find a cute little centerpiece. I'm just gonna put a great big dollop of glue on, and I'm gonna set it off to the side so the streamers don't get in his face. I don't want to cover him up because he's so cute, but I want some of these streamers to go down. Okay, a little, use this little bag full of something and put a cute little, these are cute little just button covers, old time button covers, and they work perfectly as like a button type thing. There you go. Look how cute. This is the picture done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you get inspired and like I did with that cute little gal that I've been watching. She's just a sweetheart to watch, so it's fun. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel, please do, and we will start putting out some cute stuff like this. While we're on the track of doing little ducks, I want to do this cute little duck picture. This is a frame I found at the Dollar Tree, and this little duck print I got off of Pinterest. Isn't that cute? Or Etsy, excuse me. Isn't he cute? I love him. I think he's just as cute as can be. So I just took the back off and I cut the little picture down to this size. This is the little backboard. So I'm just going to cut it down to that size, which I did. We're just going to take some, just some simple ivory paint. Sorry, couldn't get my thoughts straight. I'm just going to paint it like we did the other frame. Get in all the little grooves. I'm sure you guys have seen quite a few people using these frames, and oh my gosh, I got my hands on a couple when I was out in Salt Lake, and our store hasn't had any. And so I was so excited to finally find, I found 3, which better than nothing. Take just a little bit to kind of get in all those little nooks and crannies in there. Gold is pretty, but it's not quite exactly my style. Mine's more a farmhouse style. So look how pretty that is, just putting white, just dry brushing white over it. Man, that really does look pretty. But since I've already started this other side, going full coat, I gotta keep going. We're gonna have to do at least 2 coats, if not 3, on this, so bear with me. We'll get it done as quick as we can. Slapping the paint on quick. Starting to get there. Try to get full coverage the first time, and then we'll just have to not have to worry about full coverage the second time. All right, back to this dang loud gun. How many of you guys get your hands so dirty crafting? I do, so bad. And I try not to. I see other crafters and their hands are so neat and clean, and how in the heck do you do it? Getting there. Next coat won't have to be so heavy. If you do the first coat heavy, then your next coat doesn't have to quite be so heavy. We're going to grunge this up too, so it doesn't have to be perfectly painted. Just getting some of them gold spots that I didn't get the first time. The wind is hooping it up here today. And we get some pretty good winds. We haven't got hardly any snow this year. And I'm in Utah. Usually we get a little bit, but not where I'm from. We're on the northeastern side of Utah. And we sure don't get, if it comes from the south, we'll get it. But if Salt Lake gets it, most of the time we don't. It'll just go right along the mountains. So I think they've got a little bit of snow out there this year, but we sure haven't. We might have got 2 or 3 inches total. We have absolutely nothing on the ground. Said it's so springy here. Take our same wax we used on the last one and highlight all these pretty little areas on this. And I'm just brushing over it lightly. See how pretty that is? Just grunge up the corners, a little bit in the center, and heavy on the corners. Edges on the outside. This is pretty much done. It's just such a cute little frame. You don't need to do a whole lot to it. I might use some gold rub and buff on it, just a little bit. That might be kind of fun. Like my rub and buff. It's antique gold. I've never used it, so let's give it a try. I'm just gonna do like the corners. Ooh, kind of like it. What do you guys think? It's pretty, huh? On that corner. use the tiniest little bit. Right here, I kind of gobbed it. Move it around. Gotta remember just to use the tiniest little amount on your, and it turns your finger black. That's cute. I like that. Okay, now we will put our little guy in our frame. And just darken in the edges of this little print. Oops. Just gives it a little character, makes it kind of look like it's old. I'm just going to put a thin little line of glue just so the picture don't move. These things just push over. Look how cute. He looks adorable, doesn't he? I love him. I'm not going to put a bow or nothing on him because it'd be too big, but there you go. Two cute little duck pictures. Love it. All right, thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful evening and love y'all. Bye-bye.